part of what made this FAU team so good last year, right? Free-flowing, freedom, rhythm, fun. Both these teams get up and down the floor. They're going to shoot a lot, they're going to score a lot, but they shoot a good percentage, and that's what makes efficient basketball even more fun. So great teams, fun environment, and scoring. Thank the Lord.
And we've learned early on in the American, there's no such thing as a gimme game. Both of these teams are coming off of losses in their last game on Saturday. Florida Atlantic lost to Charlotte. Tulane lost to North Texas. So this is a monster game for both these squads.
Well, it's a new challenge for FAU, and the challenge is not just the new conference. The challenge is trying to follow up a Final Four run. There was magic in that run. They're trying to sustain that magic this season.
Well, it feels like there's some magic already here in Devlin Fieldhouse. Still working with the lights. We're trying to tip it. They're trying to put on a show. I'm not mad at it, though.
Yeah, I'm not mad. I'm glad I have my glasses on. Might lose me after a while, these strobe lights.
Florida Atlantic shaking up their lineup. Nick Boyd, Brian Greenlee will get the start tonight.
Well, it's something Dusty may mention. Just trying to find a little bit more of a purpose with this group where guys aren't tired when they come out. So want to play with great pace, and they've got to find rhythm early, particularly against this matchup, which can be challenging for teams.
The Owls come out wearing the road black. Green Wave come out wearing the home white. They go inside to the 7-foot center. That's Vlad Golden, and the soft touch rolls in.
Softest rim in the history of basketball.
It's going to be a soft touch. These rims are bouncy.
It really is.
Take a look at the starting five for Tulane. This is the team you come to love if you're a Tulane fan. Sion James, Colin Holloway, Colby King, Kevin Cross, and Jalen Forbes.
Now, Kevin Cross leads in every statistical category, but in the American, it's been Holloway leading the way in the scoring.
Right on cue. Colin Holloway in his second year after transferring from Georgetown.
I think a big part of that is how good of a passer Kevin Cross is. Kevin Cross gets so much attention. Someone is going to get left. It's likely not going to be your three-point shooters or your slashers. Holloway's been the beneficiary of good passing.
Brian Greenlee getting the start and the blow by Florida Atlantic with an early 4-2 lead. I like these Miami Vice unis.
They are kind of cool.
Nice. King, pull-up jumper.
Anything
Tulane
that gives me that sense of nostalgia, I get comfortable.
Tulane said they're going to get their shots up, and they're going to try to turn this thing into a track meet as Golden will be fouled on the floor.
I don't know if they really want a track meet. Now, here's the thing. A track meet against FAU who doesn't have rhythm, okay, because FAU will play that way. They'll get up and down the floor. They'll be consistent in that regard. But if FAU finds a good rhythm, it can't be a track meet. FAU could score more.
Greenlee left open off the mark, and an offensive rebound for John L. Davis. Martin, his pull-up, nothing but nylon. Elijah Martin has the ability to play bigger than his 6'2" size, and he can knock down the three.
And that's something you talked about, too. You want to get your guards on the offensive glass if you're Dusty May. That's something they did really well last year. The better the pace, the easier it is for guards to read. Why? Defenses are chasing the play. They're out of position.
Sion James
knocks
down the three, and that's a great sign for Tulane when James is knocking down the outside shot.
He does everything really well. I mean, he's a great teammate. You really build a program around that guy. He may not be your best player, but he's certainly your best teammate. And if he can knock down shots, he'll get open looks.
Golden inside, double team, that quick release, you can't even guard that.
Well, it's really hard, too, because in the ball in that position, you can't play backside help. So that's a tough pass to take away. It's also a tough pass to defend if the pass gets delivered.
Lots of contact, and the and one. Kevin Cross, the early flex.
Kevin Cross capitalizing on a matchup. I mean, that's the thing. FAU, they're going to switch, they're going to communicate, but if Kevin Cross is good about picking out his matchups, that's one he should win every single time. If he's strong, the best thing that could happen is he ends up at the foul line. If he makes it, great.
Kevin Cross having an outstanding season, averaging almost 16 points, 8 rebounds. And when we talked to Ron Hunter in his 5th season, he told us, he said, really, for the first time in his career, Kevin Cross is actually healthy. That's why he's been so productive.
Well, also his assists. I mean, I'm looking for it now. I know he leads the team in assists. Yeah, he's had 5 assists a game. So a guy that gets so much attention has a great feel for the game, being able to create opportunities for everybody else.
Here's Davis, pull-up jumper from the free throw line. This is a man who put up 35 points in their win against Arizona.
when he's the best player on the floor, FAU likely wins the game. He's a tough matchup. When he's aggressive, seeks out opportunities, this is a tough team to figure out. Going the other way.
So a turnover against Tulane. Florida Atlantic has scored on their first 5 possessions to start this game.
And one of them was an offensive rebound, swing, kick out, open 3 for Elijah Martin. But I just think if FAU can pick out matchups, get in ISO ball, it's likely Tulane does the same on the other end. I just like the matchups they favor FAU.
Davis being patient on offense, pick and roll. Golden, he's going to get double teamed all night trying to play through. It gets his own miss. Back up, missed again. Tip up, a 4th opportunity, still missed. And there's Cross with the board. They need to start to get him going.
Yeah, they've got to get him good looks early. If you get him good looks early, you can find a rhythm. Because FAU's found it. They have found the rhythm.
Knocking down the 3 ball. And a 6-point lead for the Owls.
These transition threes are so tough to defend if the ball is being bounced towards the paint. Defense flattens. It's a kick-out 3, and it's a rhythm 3, which means it's a high-percentage 3.
Cross, his elbow jumper rolls off the rim. And a strong rebound by Elijah Martin.
John L. Davis holding his midsection. And I don't mean the, That's a part of what made this FAU team so good last year, right? Free-flowing, freedom, rhythm, fun. Both these teams get up and down the floor. They're going to shoot a lot, they're going to score a lot, but they shoot a good percentage, and that's what makes efficient basketball even more fun. So great teams, fun environment, and scoring. Thank the Lord.
And we've learned early on in the American, there's no such thing as a gimme game. Both of these teams are coming off of losses in their last game on Saturday. Florida Atlantic lost to Charlotte. Tulane lost to North Texas. So this is a monster game for both these squads.
Well, it's a new challenge for FAU. And the challenge is not just the new conference. The challenge is trying to follow up a Final Four run. There was magic in that run. They're trying to sustain that magic this season.
Well, it feels like there's some magic already here at Devlin Fieldhouse. Still working with the lights. We're trying to tip it. They're trying to put on a show. I'm not mad at it, though.
Yeah, I'm not mad. I'm glad I have my glasses on. Might lose me after a while, these strobe lights.
Florida Atlantic, shaking up their lineup. Nick Boyd, Brian Greenlee will get the start tonight.
Well, it's something Dusty may mention. Just trying to find a little bit more of a purpose with this group where guys aren't tired when they come out. So want to play with great pace, and they've got to find rhythm early, particularly against this matchup, which can be challenging for teams.
The Owls come out wearing the road black. Green Wave come out wearing the home white. They go inside to the 7-foot center. That's Vlad Golden, and the soft touch rolls in.
Softest rim in the history of basketball.
It's going to be a soft touch. These rims are bouncy.
It really is.
Take a look at the starting 5 for Tulane. This is the team you've come to love if you're a Tulane fan. Sion James, Colin Holloway, Colby King, Kevin Cross, and Jalen Forbes.
Yeah, Kevin Cross leads in every statistical category, but in the American, it's been Holloway leading the way in the scoring.
Right on cue. Colin Holloway in his second year after transferring from Georgetown.
I think a big part of that is how good of a passer Kevin Cross is. Kevin Cross gets so much attention. Someone is going to get left. It's likely not going to be your three-point shooters or your slashers. Holloway's been the beneficiary of good passing.
Brian Greenlee getting the start and the blow by Florida Atlantic with an early 4-2 lead. I like these Miami Vice unis.
They are kind of cool.
Nice. King, pull-up jumper.
Anything that gives me that sense of nostalgia, I get comfortable.
Tulane said they're going to get their shots up, and they're going to try to turn this thing into a track meet as Golden will be fouled on the floor.
I don't know if they really want a track meet. Now, here's the thing. A track meet against FAU who doesn't have rhythm, okay. Because FAU will play that way. They'll get up and down the floor. They'll be consistent in that regard. But if FAU finds a good rhythm, it can't be a track meet. FAU could score more.
Greenlee left open off the mark, and an offensive rebound for John L. Davis. Martin, his pull-up, nothing but nylon. Elijah Martin has the ability to play bigger than his 6'2" size, and he can knock down the three.
That's something talked about, too, you want to get your guards on the offensive glass if you're Dusty May. That's something they did really well last year. The better the pace, the easier it is for guards to read. Why? Defenses are chasing the play. They're out of position.
Sion James
Love it.
knocks down the three, and that's a great sign for Tulane when James is knocking down the outside shot.
He does everything really well. I mean, he's a great teammate. You really build a program around that guy. He may not be your best player, but he's certainly your best teammate. And if he can knock down shots, he'll get open looks.
Golden inside, double team, that quick release, you can't even guard that.
Well, it's really hard, too, because in the ball in that position, you can't play backside help. So that's a tough pass to take away. It's also a tough pass to defend if the pass gets delivered.
Hot contact, and the and one. Kevin Cross, the early flex.
Kevin Cross capitalizing on a matchup. That's the thing. FAU, they're going to switch, they're going to communicate, but if Kevin Cross is good about picking out his matchups, that's one he should win every single time. If he's strong, the best thing that could happen is he ends up at the foul line. If he makes it, great.
Kevin Cross having an outstanding season, averaging almost 16 points, 8 rebounds. And when we talked to Ron Hunter in his 5th season, he told us, he said, really, for the first time in his career, Kevin Cross is actually healthy. That's why he's been so productive.
Well, also his assists. I mean, I'm looking for it now. I know he leads the team in assists. Yeah, he's had 5 assists a game. So a guy that gets so much attention, has a great feel for the game, being able to create opportunities for everybody else.
Here's Davis, pull-up jumper from the free throw line. This is a man who put up 35 points in their win against Arizona.
When he's the best player on the floor, FAU likely wins the game. He's a tough matchup. When he's aggressive, seeks out opportunities, this is a tough team to figure out, going the other way.
So a turnover against Tulane. Florida Atlantic has scored on their first 5 possessions to start this game.
And one of them was an offensive rebound, swing, kick out, open 3 for Elijah Martin. But I just think if FAU can pick out matchups, get an ISO ball, it's likely Tulane does the same on the other end. I just like the matchups they favor FAU.
Davis being patient on offense, pick and roll. Golden, he's going to get double teamed all night trying to play through. It gets his own miss. Back up, missed again. Tip up, a 4th opportunity, still missed, and there's Cross with the board.
That's a part of what made this FAU team so good last year, right? Free-flowing, freedom, rhythm, fun. Both these teams get up and down the floor. They're going to shoot a lot, they're going to score a lot, but they shoot a good percentage, and that's what makes efficient basketball even more fun. So great teams, fun environment, and scoring. Thank the Lord.
And we learned early on in the American, there's no such thing as a gimme game. Both of these teams are coming off of losses in their last game on Saturday. Florida Atlantic lost to Charlotte. Tulane lost to North Texas. So this is a monster game for both these squads.
Well, it's a new challenge for FAU, and the challenge is not just the new conference. The challenge is trying to follow up a Final Four run. There was magic in that run. They're trying to find, sustain that magic this season.
Well, it feels like there's some magic already here at Devlin Fieldhouse. Still working with the lights. We're trying to tip it. They're trying to put on a show. I'm not mad at it, though.
Yeah, I'm not mad. I'm glad I have my glasses on. Might lose me after a while, these strobe lights.
Florida Atlantic shaking up their lineup. Nick Boyd, Brian Greenlee will get the start tonight.
Well, it's something Dusty may mention. Just trying to find a little bit more of a purpose with this group where guys aren't tired when they come out. So want to play with great pace, and they've got to find rhythm early, particularly against this matchup, which can be challenging for teams.
The Owls come out wearing the road black. Green Wave come out wearing the home white. They go inside to the 7-foot center. That's Vlad Golden, and the soft touch rolls in.
Softest rim in the history of basketball.
It's going to be a soft touch. These rims are bouncy.
It really is.
Take a look at the starting 5 for Tulane. This is the team you've come to love if you're a Tulane fan. Sion James, Colin Holloway, Colby King, Kevin Cross, and Jalen Forbes.
Yeah, Kevin Cross leads in every statistical category, but in the American, it's been Holloway leading the way in the scoring.
Right on cue, Colin Holloway in his 2nd year after transferring from Georgetown.
I think a big part of that is how good of a passer Kevin Cross is. Kevin Cross gets so much attention, someone is going to get left. It's likely not going to be your three-point shooters or your slashers. Holloway's been the beneficiary of good passing.
Brian Greenlee getting the start and the blow by Florida Atlantic with an early 4-2 lead. I like these Miami Vice unis.
They are kind of cool.
Nice. King, pull-up jumper.
Anything
Tulane
that gives
said-
me that sense of nostalgia, I get comfortable.
Tulane said they're going to get their shots up, and they're going to try to turn this thing into a track meet as Golden will be fouled on the floor.
I don't know if they really want a track meet. Now, here's the thing. A track meet against FAU who doesn't have rhythm, okay. Because FAU will play that way. They'll get up and down the floor. They'll be consistent in that regard. But if FAU finds a good rhythm, it can't be a track meet. FAU could score more.
Greenlee left open off the mark, and an offensive rebound for John L. Davis. Martin, his pull-up. Nothing but nylon. Elijah Martin.
And in doing so, they haven't created the same rhythm.
There's an open jumper for John L. Davis.
So breakdown of communication defensively, that's the issue. And you got to know when you bring guys off the bench, they got to talk. And they've got to be into the game while the game's being played, while they're on the bench.
So that was the first points for the Owls since that Tulane timeout. They've got a 10-point lead. We played 8 minutes. James open for three. He's knocked down 2 threes already. Zion James has 6.
And he's going to have to make those shots in a game like this. They're not going to go over the top. They're going to switch, and if they flatten out, he's got to be able to make that shot.
Davis just so quick, draws all the defenders. Rosado trying to work on the block, bumping inside, kick out. Davis, what a dime inside as Weatherspoon finishes with the left.
That inside out, outside in quickly like that is so hard to defend. I mean, defense heads on a swivel, and they still can't find the ball. When the ball moves, they create a good rhythm. And I think you can do that. With Dusty, and we talked about that today. Create good rhythm with your ball movement, and you hurt your rhythm when the ball sticks, as he said it's been happening.
Great Glenn. He's going one-on-one against Rosado off the side of the backboard. Florida Atlantic, they got numbers. A 4-on-1 break. Weatherspoon finds that three-point line, and that's what we're seeing. When you have numbers, guys are trying to find a three.
I was doing that in high school, but I always got taken out if I missed. And the fact that the game actually likes that nowadays.
Cross goes reverse.
That's the problem. His shots can't lead to an easy layup on the other end. So FAU not defending the way they once defended as well. That's something they've got to figure out if they want to play to the level they expect to play to.
Weatherspoon from the corner. His three rims out. And it'll be Tulane basketball. John L. Davis starting to heat up.
Yeah, you've got to start to really define at this point rhythm threes. Why? Rhythm threes are high percentage shots. Call it a layup, right? Right guy gets an open rhythm three like that. That's a layup, cash money. Florida Atlantic up.
With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, banking with Capital One is the easiest decision in the history of decisions. Even easier than this.
I'll take Barkley.
Yes, I still got it. I told her she'd pick me first.
Yep, even easier than that. With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, is it even a decision? That's banking reimagined. What's in your wallet?
Oh, brother. Which brother? The older brother, duh. You're only older by a minute. Best minute of my life. Guys, break it up, break it up.
Our son just needs car insurance.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Your State Farm agent can help you choose the right coverage.
Give me the ball. Mine. Guys, that was my ball. Break it up. Break it up.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. clean so you can get closer.
Shopify helps you sell at every stage of your business. So you can sell it online, take it in person, and go big, like 1 million orders big. Whatever the stage, businesses that grow with Shopify.
You know what we do when we step on the scene, yeah, we got it, you know we the truth. Tell them to raise up the roof. The greatest is back in the booth. Great, I am the greatest, hold up, top of the list, I am the latest, I'm at the top of the list. Yeah, it's time to get it started. Let's go. Yeah, it's time to get it started.
American Hoops Showcase, UAB, Florida Atlantic, Sunday, noon Eastern.
NBA Wednesday on ABC.
Adding up shooting threes and I slam on them.
Mavericks.
Kyrie Irving and Luka Doncic has answered the call.
Lakers.
They can compete and contend with those two guys.
NBA Wednesday on ABC.
Guys love playing in this system under Ron Hunter because they know you're open, you're going to get your shots up.
It's free, right? It's supposed to be fearless, fun basketball. The matchup's unique, something that you do have to adjust to as a Tulane player, so you get adjusted to that matchup zone. But on offense, you could go out and play with a neon green light. That sounds like a lot of fun. And in the age of transfers, it's not a bad place to come play basketball. I will say, though, you look at that net. That net is the issue because in the American, you're looking for that third team to get consistent national attention. And I liken this to the Mountain West, where the Mountain West has 5 teams that we're talking about as NCAA tournament-level teams. They've done that for years, and that's the challenge. Can the American find a third, fourth, and fifth team that year in, year out, they're going to be in the conversation?
We know about Memphis.
Yep.
SMU is a team who is starting to emerge as the bucket goes inside, and Tulane has cut the lead down to 5.
Well, I think SMU is one of those teams, and I said it in the broadcast. I had them against Memphis. They're better in person because you can't really gauge what they do well on tape. You don't hear the communication. You don't see the connectedness and even the intensity and physicality defensively. They're terrific defensively.
Black Golden working on the block, runs over his defender, no whistle, gets the bucket. Now, Dusty May told us Golden has not been 100% healthy. He's still playing through things, but he's been effective early on.
Yeah, and look, if he can get a catch on the block or in that 5-8 foot area, he's at least going to suck defense in because there's not a matchup on the floor for him.
Hook shot too strong, fight on the floor, and it's Greenlee coming away with it.
The other thing Dusty May talked about was 50-50 balls. We've got to get more of them.
Tough shot, but a good rebound by Davis to keep the possession alive. He'll take a contested 3. Wow, that is tough. 10 points early on for John L. Davis.
Pretty sure I just told our producer that John L. Davis will have 10 by the next break. He's been aggressive, and when he's aggressive and assertive, he makes a higher percentage.
Here's the guy they need to get going, Jalen Forbes, the senior. And we talked to Ron Hunter, and he said, when guys are in their last year and they start thinking about the NBA, he's one of those guys who went to NBA workouts. They start to press because they have to impress people their last season.
Well, you become more outcome-oriented. Did I make this shot? It's like it doesn't matter. Did you get a good look, right? You've got to play with that confidence and conviction to know whatever happens. If I miss, so what? On to the next one. Something Dusty May's team last year did very well.
It's Cross with the crossover from the elbow, left it short. An 8-point lead, under 9 minutes to play in this first half of Florida Atlantic. Martin trying to go to work, comes to a stop, and he took an extra step, travel.
And I like the ball screening at the top of that zone. You just want to see how they help. How do they shift that defense up? You can shift that defense up. Baseline runners become an option. There are a lot of holes within the matchup, especially if you run some man concepts. You run some man concepts, you're going to figure out how they're going to defend ball screens. But for FAU, it's about getting the ball in the paint. You get paint touches, get open shots.
So back-to-back turnovers for the Owls. As Tulane, Forbes felt the contact, and he puts up the 3, and we'll get to the free throw line.
It was smart. I mean, that was a pro-level play where you feel it, hand in the cookie jar, you go up, smart shot by Forbes.
Media timeout on the floor. We will step aside. Florida Atlantic with an 8-point lead.
Alexis, show alternate routes.
The future. Sometimes it's a work in progress. Other times it's pretty well thought out. The tech forward and tech ready Lexus NX.
Marcus is a connoisseur of anything that's free. So he was happy to read the disclaimer on TurboTax Free Edition.
Roughly 37% of taxpayers qualify. Form 1040 and limited credits only. See how at TurboTax.com. That's me!
File your taxes 100% free with TurboTax Free Edition and get your max refund guaranteed. Make your moves count. See if you qualify at TurboTax.com.
Cheese, crackers, Sergeant. Yum, 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 yum. Biggie size, cheese, rinse, cheese, Triscuit, cheese, muffins, cheese, real natural cheese. Now your favorite crackers.
Sargento. We're real cheese people.
3 roommates. 2 packs of Ben's Original Jasmine Rice. 1, 2, 3 social feeds. 3 real-life BFFs. We're all original recipes.
ABC Hockey Saturday returns. Panarin and the Rangers are red hot.
That's a hat trick!
While Ovi continues to chase the Raiders. ABC Hockey Saturday. Rangers Capitals on ABC and ESPN Plus.
Homeowners, when your water or sewer line breaks, it's expensive and often not covered by basic homeowners insurance.
You could pay thousands.
Finding a good contractor can be tough.
What? This guy doing the job?
With a plan from HomeServe, call us. We'll send a contractor and there's no big bill.
Easy.
Don't wait. Get a plan from HomeServe before a line breaks.
Go online now.
Plans from HomeServe start at just $7.99 a month.
Call 1-833-458-0111 or visit homeserve.com.
At Mellon, we set out to create the highest quality headwear in the world. Around here, we like to call it better headwear for better adventures. Give us a shout at Mellon.com.
After 51 years, Popeyes is crashing the wings party with 5 flavors.
Makes no sense it took so long. Crispy outside, juicy inside.
Who are you?
Shh. We don't make sense. We make chicken. Y'all good? Chicken from Popeyes.
Great start for John L. Davis. This is a guy who, you watch game, you watch tape, you say, all right, what do we need to stop? All right, we're going to keep him out of the mid-range. Well, we also don't want him to get wide open threes. Why? Because then he develops a rhythm. Then he's on the attack. There's the pump fake. Great find and finish. And when he does establish a good rhythm in the game, confidence rises to the point where he's taking tougher shots for that 10th point that I pretty much predicted.
I mean, it's pretty safe bet to predict that John L. Davis is going to put up some points
You
tonight.
felt it from him, the way he's attacking, off the bounce, head fakes. He's getting defense uncomfortable, off balance. When you start to consistently get all defenders off balance, you feel as if you can pick out your shots. And when that happens, it's a different game for an offensive player.
And that's the word Dusty May used when we talked to him about John L. Davis. He said consistency, and consistency with everything.
Yeah.
Not turning the ball over, making sure we get into good sets, but also just even the way he prepares for games, having that pro mentality.
It's hard. I mean, you're asking college kids to have a pro mentality, and that's kind of the game nowadays, right? The game is different. It's NIL and transfer portal to the point where you don't see guys long enough to really, I want to say, invest. But this is a group that has been together. It's just that the dynamic has changed, and the dynamic has changed because of the expectation. The dynamic has changed because of the attention on the program. And not only the internal expectations, but the external expectations as well, especially coming to a new conference where they're picked to win it.
Forbes goes 1 for 3 from the line. We talked about his shooting struggles.
Got to get him another shot soon. Something about missing free throws, it messes with you.
Backdoor cut, and Golden didn't see the guy coming behind him. In transition, cross, throwing it down and trapping. Hello. Crispin, this place is rocking right now.
It's a fun team, and it's a fun matchup. They're here, look, they're here for Tulane, but they're also here to see Tulane take down FAU. That's the thing. I mean, Dusty May gets it. They're going to get the best from everybody. Why not?
This place would have went berserk. Forbes commits the foul on the outside.
I don't know if I saw this coming. Did you? I mean, look, I shut my mouth for a second here because I saw him being purposeful with the bounce, but I didn't see that finish. Just no one to contest. Business decision by John L. Davis. Kevin Cross is special. And the fact that he came back, I mean, he's a special player, special teammate. And I said he leads the team in every statistical category. He's a tough matchup to prepare for.
Is he one of the toughest matchups in the American?
Oh, absolutely. Can I play that small 4 spot? Very few teams have somebody that can defend with physicality and with some versatility around the perimeter, which is required.
James can't corral the rebound, so it'll stay with Florida Atlantic.
I want to see.
Kind of has that that Draymond Green type position where at a 6'8" he can kind of initiate the offense.
You know, it's interesting. Draymond was always better offensively in college. I think people forget about that. Like, he was a good offensive player, but also because he doesn't score a ton, you don't realize how good he is offensively in the NBA. You know, sometimes the best offensive players just move the game, and he's a big part of that.
So here comes Forbes in transition.
This could be a big possession.
Forbes trying to penetrate. His runner goes. What a tough bucket for Jalen Forbes. And it's now a 7-0 run for Tulane.
Yeah, this has been the second group for FAU that has struggled. When Tulane went on a run early in this first half, it was when the FAU second group came in.
Another turnover. Cross has it poked away and bumped. Foul committed against Holloway. That's his second.
You know, Forbes, I mean, this was no easy cakewalk here. I mean, this is a tough shot, but he's a tough shot maker. That's something Ron Hunter said. So, look, he's a tough shot maker, but he needs to know if he gets good looks, he's got to take him and shoot him with confidence. I just say, when you play for someone like Ron Hunter, it's inexcusable not to play with confidence. Like, be fearless. Play with conviction.
You never had a problem with that.
Well, until I got taken out. Then it became somebody else's problem.
Florida Atlantic has been stumbling on offense. 5 turnovers in their last 6 possessions. Rising up for 3, knocking it down. Brian Greenlee. For Greenlee, that's his first 3 ball tonight.
Yeah, Greenlee's off-the-ball movement was good. And sometimes you create, again, I'm going to say it over and over again tonight, rhythm. You create a good rhythm with your movement off the ball. And he's getting himself set. He was shot ready on the catch. Then it becomes a higher percentage 3.
Cross with a hand in his face. And a foul committed against Davis. He is not happy about it.
And here it comes out of the baseline. He's going to swing up. He just gets lost. Why does he get lost? Well, they're in a matchup zone. And if communication's poor or lacking in any way, you still have to play with a sense of urgency when you're in a zone. Whether it's a matchup where you're trailing some cutters and kind of sending them off, passing them off, whatever it is, you've got to communicate. If anything, you may have to communicate even more because in a zone, there's less absolutes. You got to read the situation. In a man, you understand how you're covering each action, or at least you should.
So Cross fouled on the 3 attempt, goes to the line, knocks down the first. We got 5 college basketball games to highlight our ESPN schedule Saturday. It starts with these 3. Number 7, North Carolina hosts Syracuse at noon Eastern. Then 6th-ranked Kentucky takes on Texas A&M, followed by Arkansas and Florida. What a day of college hoops on Saturday.
And all these teams, too. Syracuse, not easy. Syracuse is different this year. A lot of teams trying to figure them out. Judah Mintz is terrific. Carolina kind of being led now by R.J. Davis and Armando Bacot. I think you've seen maturity and development from those guys, and they're much better because of it. Kentucky's just one of those stories where you just want to sit back and watch, enjoy. It might be up and down, but their ceiling is high.
That SEC is deep this year.
9-10 teams in the conversation.
Goodness. I don't think people are talking about Auburn enough.
Yeah,
Auburn is such a dangerous team.
Auburn may not get talked about enough all year, and it's actually good for them because come NCAA tournament time, they are a brutal matchup. They'll play 11, 12 guys, and it just doesn't let up.
The Cross knocks down all 3 free throws. The lead is down to 3. Turn in the lane. Rosado shot too strong. A 3 will tie it here. There's James launching. He's been confident.
He has not been afraid to shoot it, and that's good. I think when one of your players like that everyone on the team trusts, respects, and looks up to, when he plays well, it really fuels this group.
Tulane, if they push, they have numbers. But a nice job by Florida Atlantic in transition. Forbes, tough three, contested. Good board by Glenn with the turnover. Davis, cut off, still trying to penetrate. The three from the outside. And rolls off the ring, coming to King. This is what we expected. We thought it was about to be up and down. It's game starting to open up now. A foul on the floor as Glenn is fouled going to the hole.
Now you got Golden and Elijah Martin coming back into the game, and that's when this team was at their best. And sometimes your second unit doesn't play with the same flow, the same rhythm that your first unit does, and it favors the opponent who really isn't going that deep into their bench. Tulane's not going to go that deep. You're going to play 6-7 guys the majority of the minutes, really 5-6 guys the majority of the minutes. Those guys have the ability to find and sustain the game.
I mean, this is what we're talking about. Tulane, the top scoring team in the conference, and Florida Atlantic right behind them, number 2. So the second foul gets Boyd. We'll send Tulane to the line in the bonus for a 1-on-1. And Tulane has had trouble at the free throw line tonight.
Well, it's kind of a conversation of calculated risk. That's the first thing I wanted to talk to Dusty May about, was like what you're risking to get what you want. I don't think we talk about that enough in the game, but Tulane does. They're not afraid to risk it.
We got a good one here in New Orleans. A 3-point lead for Florida Atlantic. We'll check into the studio on the other side of the break.
You're such a good listener, Thomas. Makes me feel so special.
If you don't mind, if you could.
This makes me feel really special too, because Discover's giving me cash back on debit, not just credit.
Discover gives cash back on debit to everyone.
Everybody?
Introducing Discover Cashback Debit.
The magic never leaves you when you stay with the Disney Resorts Collection. Following you along everywhere you go. Making every moment special. Even more surprising than your last. And bringing you extra time in any of the 4 theme parks every day. Plus, stay longer and save more with up to 35% on rooms at select Disney Resort hotels. Why would you stay anywhere else?
She found it. The feeling of finding the psoriasis treatment she's been looking for. She found Sotyktu, a once daily pill for moderate to severe plaque psoriasis. For the chance at clear or almost clear skin. It's like the feeling of finding your back is back. Or finding psoriasis can't deny the splendor of these thighs. Once daily Sotyktu was proven better, getting more people clearer skin than the leading pill. Don't take if you're allergic to Sotyktu. Serious reactions can occur. Sotyktu can lower your ability to fight infections, including TB. Serious infections, cancers including lymphoma, muscle problems, and changes in certain labs have occurred. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, liver or kidney problems, high triglycerides, or had a vaccine or plan to. Sotyktu is a TYK2 inhibitor. TYK2 is part of the JAK family. It's not known Sotyktu has the same risks as JAK inhibitors. Find what plaque psoriasis has been hiding. There's only one Sotyktu, so ask for it by name. So clearly you, Sotyktu.
Peanut butter and bacon may seem crazy to you, but this is just smooth peanut butter and crispy bacon asking a double cheeseburger with melty cheese and a shake to love them. It's peanut butter bacon time at Sonic.
Your logo can identify your company, inspire your customers, and energize your team. We're 4imprint, and we can help your logo create moments that matter. Explore thousands of promotional products at 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
Has your advisor created a portfolio based only on your age and risk tolerance? That's simply not good enough. At Creative Planning, our private wealth managers learn about you first. Don't settle for a standard portfolio. Book your free meeting today at creativeplanning.com.
Tom, Dallin Zubin coming up at the half. We'll speak to Penny Hardaway, the head coach of one of the hottest teams in America, and certainly this league we're watching tonight. First half thoughts.
Well, Tulane.
Tip up, a fourth opportunity.
Really good job getting to the foul line. They've got to take advantage of goal.
With his shot.
Philosopher, your Aristotle and Socrates talk about happiness.
You talk about flow. Would you like to explain what flow is?
Is tied to rhythm. Owls. Those transition threes are so tough to defend, but it's also good ball movement. You kind of create flatness. It's a kick out three, and it's a rhythm three, which means it's a high percentage three.
Cross, his elbow jumper rolls off the rim. And a strong rebound by Elijah Martin.
John L. Davis holding his midsection. And I don't mean I always like to say, I'm not wrong, but that doesn't mean I'm right. Just because you're right doesn't mean you're not wrong. See? That's the whole philosophy.
You're trying to make me think right now. What is we got a good ball game. Don't make me think.
We got a great ball game, and I think it's because we have two teams that like to be the aggressor. And I think what Coach was talking about is good, too, because you have to look at guys like Golden and Rosado right now. Yeah, he's a threat on the offensive end. But you've got to use him with that versatility that Tulane has. You've got to use Golden as a liability on the defensive end. So bringing him into ball screen actions, attacking if you get the right matchup, particularly if you're able to get to the free throw line. They can defend in space because this is not something you want to have to do, is defend Golden down in the paint. I mean, he's going to have the advantage if you're not going to double. This is not a team you double against. They move it too well and they shoot it too well.
So Golden trying to convert the three-point play. And he does. He's got an early 9 points. First free throw of the game for Florida Atlantic.
I also think there are always pockets of flow in games, and the more experienced teams know how to find them and capitalize on them, right? You feel a moment, you capitalize on good rhythm and flow. If that's the type of team you are, there's some teams that like to take it out of the game.
Holloway with some space. Why not? Knocks down the three. Colin Holloway getting involved in the offense. His first three ball, he's got 5.
And that just changes how you defend him, right? Now you've got to bring that big defender out. He's going to have to defend the perimeter, which means paint's going to be more open. Cutters might be there, and as the ball swings, the paint's open to attack a long closeout.
Ron Hunter told us he wants to make Florida Atlantic work in the half-court set, and so far he's been doing that.
Yeah, and he did say that making shots helps. Why? You get your defense established, and
Shot
you're not
clock.
defending transition.
Winding down, it's at 2, hoisting it up off the mark on the rebound. It actually looked like Florida Atlantic tripped over their own player, but the officials are going to give a foul against Tulane as they call it on Forbes.
That's a tough one.
That's tough.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Sometimes, the outcome is what's officiated. And I mean, that contact did not cause the foul. Elijah Martin going down is ultimately what led to the trip.
They're going to say Forbes pushed Weatherspoon. Under 3 minutes to play in this first half. Martin, top of the key. James tips it, and Cross will track it down.
Tulane's done a good job rebounding. They adjusted early. Why? Because FAU got some early offensive rebounds. They've adjusted. They've been there. Good position rebounding.
Step back three, left it short, and here's the transition game for the Owls. Martin dribbled it off his own foot and lost it.
So the last couple possessions have not been good flow possessions, just to help you out there.
Okay.
And again, mixing up lineups for FAU. Some just don't have the same. It's a different attack. You have to adjust to the teammates and the
Look at
personnel on
that
the floor.
tip out by Kobe King. Forbes with another crack at it. Takes on the 7'1" center. And the Owls have it with under 2 minutes to play in this first half. There's that crisp ball movement. 3 ball on the way. And Tulane deciding to slow things down offensively. Step back three.
Oh, really?
King. Oh! On the deck, still knocks it in. We're tied up at 35 apiece.
Yeah, if that's what slowing it down looks like, I love it. I slowed it down for a second. That was about it.
Welcome to the American, where there's top-level basketball every night. Golden challenge, and he'll be fouled.
This is what most would say is not a good shot. I mean, a heavily contested shot to tie it up. But again, that's the type of freedom Ron Hunter gives these guys. And if you're not going to take those shots with all that freedom, then what are you doing here? Kobe King has been really good for this program, alongside with a guy like Kevin Cross and Sion James. Those are 3 tough matchups with freedom.
So Golden knocks down the first. What a women's basketball triple header we got for you Sunday afternoon. It all starts at 1 Eastern on ESPN with number 21 Florida State hosting number 11 Virginia Tech. Then Angel Reese and number 7 LSU taking on Auburn. We cap the afternoon with Tennessee and Texas A&M, and it goes down in College Station. And the women's game has been on fire. Last year, the momentum into this season, it continues to get better.
Seems like there's a lot more parity in the women's game than there used to be. I mean, I grew up at a time when it felt like it was Tennessee and UConn, and that was it. Now, partially, that's what was on TV. So now there's more televised games, but there's definitely more parity throughout the country in the women's game.
1 minute to play in this first half, and it's been a good one. Cross double team, that leaves Ford's open. Kick around to James on the wing. And Tulane with their first lead of the ball game.
Tulane did a good job of moving it quickly. When you move it quickly, you kind of negate the switch. You challenge the switching defense. It's hard to switch when the deep offense is moving the ball so quickly.
Gaffney from the wing. Short, tracking it down is Greenlee, and he'll be bumped. Foul goes against Forbes.
When you watch that quick ball movement, right? That ball swinging around now this is kind of the end of the play. John L. Davis did not switch with Boyd on that side, stayed with the man, 2-man with the basketball. You swing out of it, 1 extra pass, you got an open shot.
So Forbes, that's actually his 3rd personal foul here in this first half.
Well, they've been 2 silly ones. The last one that really wasn't much of a foul.
That's a 1-and-1. Guys, we're not ready. So now the officials are going to have to talk this over. Doug Shouse,
he's saying the clock
Katie
didn't
Burdett
start,
Jr. and Chuck Jones. Tulane did not move off the line on the shot, and the bucket is going to count. It was the front end of a 1-and-1, and Tulane was not ready.
And really what they were saying was the clock never started. He immediately went to the review to say that the clock didn't start.
Whose fault is that? You're a former college player. Whose fault is it to let your guys know it's a 1-and-1?
Well, look, the easy one is everybody. You know, if you're on the floor, you've got to be aware of the situation, but there's also guys on the bench. That's great. Whose fault was it? Here's a shot on the bench. I would say everybody. And even the guys on the bench, when I'm playing, I want everybody to be involved in the game, but there's usually someone tracking those things, and that needs to be communicated, but it's got to be the guys on the floor.
All right. Shot clock turned off. What do you want to see in this final possession for Tulane?
Space, and I like if you can get the right matchup. No big on the floor right now for FAU. So you got a versatile group who's going to switch. I don't like waiting this long, and I don't like bringing a ball screen. They're just going to switch and blow it up.
All right, here goes Cross. 3 seconds on the game clock. 1 second, puts it up, rolling up the rim, and that's how the first half will end. Florida Atlantic with a 1-point lead over Tulane. Let's send it to the studio with Zubin, Dallin, and Tom.
Fellas, thank you very much. The halftime report is underway. Boy, if you thought Florida Atlantic was going to be able to shake off that kind of head-scratching loss to Charlotte, here they are in another tussle. Welcome inside. What are we seeing in the first half?
It's the same thing we talked about before on air. And I do say it tongue-in-cheek, joking around with my guy Crispin about flow. But there is something to be said that FAU struggles to win a little bit of grinders. When it gets into a half-court game, can you execute in the half-court? Can you make the right plays? They don't get a ton of offensive rebounds to get extra attempts. And on the other side, they were fortunate that Tulane didn't put Golden in a lot of ball screen action.
Exactly.
They didn't try to exploit him as much. But Tulane made some crazy shots. So like Florida Atlantic, we've learned is they have to learn to win games in different ways. And the American on the road, they've struggled to do that.
Well, and you hurt Florida Atlantic by getting Golden, getting Rosado in the pick and roll, getting him in situations where you can drop it off. But you also got to keep attacking, and that's what they're doing. They settled for some pull-ups. Then they got it going. They got into the foul line. And the other thing with Florida Atlantic, Elijah Martin's had 1 3 that he's made. You got to find him more. Yeah. John L. Davis is hot. Greenlee's playing well. Find Martin.
We got to find out what's going on here with the Owls. Coming up after the break, it's the hottest team in the AAC, one of the hottest teams in America, and Penny Hardaway, the head coach, is going to join us to tell us what's been so different this year for his Memphis Tigers.
Look what I've just made. The perfect pearl.
Not too bad, but check this out.
Whoa, a true Venus clam.
Red Bull gives you wings.
I think I found them.
Really?
Making your dog your ring bearer is one way to show your love.
Car part. It's just a car part, look at.
But delicious Caesar canine cuisine is a better way.
Super excited to open up my diploma from Southern New Hampshire University.
I'm nervous, I'm excited.
Okay, let's see it. Let's see it.
Oh my gosh!
Jesus Chisores. I did it. And it's here.
Next term starts soon. Visit snhu.edu.
Your chain's off. We can fix it now, and you're done.
Done.
We fixed this toilet. We fixed this toilet on video.
Okay.
Open the front door. Work with Peter and now it's over.
There you go. All fixed.
Introducing Front Door. Download today to video chat an expert.
I'm here courtside. Watch this.
You have got to watch this replay, folks.
Watch this, watch this.
Watch me. Do this.
At Grainger, we know the ones who get it done wear a lot of hats. A hard hat is one. Problem solver is another. Whatever the job calls for, we're here for you. We're America's trusted source for industrial-grade products with the scale and resources to deliver and the knowledge to help answer tough product questions. Because we know that hats change, but having access to real people ready to help combined with fast delivery never goes out of style. Call, click Grainger.com or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Some things are better left to a professional.
In hindsight, probably shouldn't have tried to remove my own appendix.
Like when it comes to finding financial advisors.
What was I thinking?
So leave it to Smart Asset to find them for you. Take the free quiz at smartasset.com. Then you'll be matched with up to 3 vetted fiduciary financial advisors. To get started, take the Advisor Match Quiz now at smartasset.com.
I was this close. This close.
We're back on the halftime report. 9 in a row. The highest ranked team in the AAC is the Memphis Tigers. They have not lost a game since December 2nd. The new look AAC with an old familiar name at the top. And with that, it's a pleasure to welcome in Memphis head coach Penny Hardaway. Coach, how time flies. It's amazing. This is your 6th year on the job. I think people remember when you burst onto the sport, so much excitement. What have you learned about yourself? I know you're a high school coach. What have you learned about yourself as a college coach that really kind of blows you away?
Yeah, the time definitely does fly. You know, going into my 6th year doesn't really seem that way, but it is. But the biggest thing that I've learned about myself is that I have more patience than I thought I did.
We'll keep it on the learning curve then. In terms of your team, and this year you play one of the most difficult non-conference schedules: Michigan, Arkansas, Nova, Ole Miss, Clemson, UVA, and others. But you had a bunch of guys coming back that didn't really come back, veterans, but not a lot of minutes continuity. What did you learn about this group through a very tough non-league season?
Yeah, I had to do a very tough non-conference because, you know, obviously we want to show the nation that we're deserving of a high ranking or being one of the top seeds, you know, in the NCAA tournament when that comes around. And what I learned about my team is that we can play in any environment, whether it's a fast-paced game, a slow-paced game, and we're very resilient. We won a lot of close games because we have guys that can just stick together through the good and the bad times.
Penny, you've done such a great job in the portal to go along with your high school recruiting. And I want to start with David Jones because obviously he's having a fantastic year. He made the midseason Wooden Award top 25 list. My question is, when you look at his game and how much he's improved from St. John's, what were the 2 or 3 keys to you that you wanted to address with him, especially with his shooting, to make him better and have him be having the season that he's having for you at Memphis?
The thing about David that I spoke to him about was his shot selection, because at DePaul and at St. John's, his shot selection was pretty poor, and that's the reason why he didn't have efficiency, you know, the great efficiency that he needed. He's in the gym all the time. I watch film with him all the time. Also allowing himself to be coached.
Coach, kind of a similar question with Javon Quinterly coming over. Obviously, he was at Villanova for a year, then Alabama for a few years. What were you addressing for this young man that's been around the block a little bit as he came into your program?
He came in, I really just tried to be more supportive and tried to teach him, hey, man, I want to teach you how to be the best point guard vocally, on the court, off the court, how to lead these guys, and anything on the court that you're having a problem with that I see, I'll talk to you about it. So it's more of a mentorship with him because he had a lot of game coming in.
Penny, you've seen so many changes inside the AAC, and it's always been a very underrated conference when you get into the arenas and see the coaching and the players. But with the addition of Florida Atlantic University and what Dusty May did there in the last couple of years, when you look at that team, what do you think are some of the keys to beating them when that time comes?
Well, first of all, I much respect to Coach May and his program. I mean, the culture there is, you want to mimic that. They're the closest team to me in the country. You watch those guys play, they trust each other. So for you to beat them, you have to be unified. You can't have any guys going in trying to do their own thing. You got to stick to the game plan that you have for 40 minutes, and you have to be tougher than them because they're extremely tough.
No doubt about it. We should mention that in your last 4 regular season games, it's going to be tough because you're going to see FAU twice, and that's going to be tough for FAU because they're going to see Memphis twice. We can see the Memphis Tigers Sunday afternoon against Wichita State on ESPN2. Penny, thanks for the time. Really appreciate it.
Oh, thanks a lot, guys. I really appreciate it.
Thanks, Coach.
Speaking of tough, this guy's tough to guard. John L. Davis lighted up. We got a tight game. We're going to return with some huge news from the NFL and college football. It's been like that all week, right? That's next.
Hey, that's great. But who are the chefs?
Rookie mistake?
Great googly moogly.
Maybe you just need a Snickers.
What is Circle? Circle is the fuel you need to take flight. Circle is the energy that gets you to the next level. Circle is what you hope for when life tosses lemons your way. Circle, available at Walmart and drinkcircle.com.
Hi, I'm John. I've been a Consumer Cellular customer for 11 years. When they asked me if I'd like to be part of a testimonial commercial, I said sure, but not if the fish are biting. I spent 20 years in the Navy active duty, and I have now been retired for 21 years. What got me to be a customer was the reception and the coverage of Consumer Cellular. So now I get to enjoy the freedom of traveling around the country, and Consumer Cellular is my partner in those travels.
Switch today and for a limited time, get $50 off.
If you want to play better, then start moving better. Whether you're in season or it's your off season, this is the best season to focus on the most important piece of equipment you have, your body. Golf forever.
Hi, I'm Kevin, and I've lost 152 pounds on Golo. My biggest concern when I started Golo was food. I'm a big guy, and shocking, I like to eat. I was worried it was going to be like other diets that were bland and restrictive. But with Golo, my meals are great, and I'm no longer hungry like I was before. I'm so pleased I gave Golo a shot. Don't wait. Go to Golo.com.
If you want more youthful energy, boost your cellular health with Qualia Senolytic. As we age, our bodies tend to accumulate senescent cells. Senescent cells linger in your body long after their useful function. Qualia Senolytic is a groundbreaking new formula that helps your body naturally eliminate senescent cells.
This is a supplement that works. It's based on keeping you powerful when you're young and keeping you powerful as you age.
To age better at the cellular level, go to tryqualia.com now and use promo code ENERGY to get 50% off plus free shipping.
For the ones who work hard to ensure their crew can always go the extra mile, there's Grainger, offering professional-grade supplies backed by product experts. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Super Wild Card Weekend will culminate on ABC and ESPN with the Eagles and the Bucs. Philly having lost 5 of 6. The Bucs, the NFC South champions. 6-time champion. Bill Belichick, 24 years, an unmatched run in NFL history. And it comes to an end as widely expected. Bill Belichick and the Pats agreeing to mutually part ways. The next question, of course, he says he's not done with coaching. Who will he be adding those 333 coaching wins to next? Big story, breaking news in college football. The NCAA penalizing Florida State for NIL rules violations. They're going to have 2 years of probation. This is all about impermissible contact between an assistant football coach, a transfer prospect, and a booster as the wild week of NFL and college football news continues. Wow. 1 point game. Woo!
Look at that.
Second
Kevin
half
Frost. Better find a matchup.
from NOLA is next.
At Domino's, we believe nothing should get in the way of hot pizza. That's why we're plowing unplowed roads across the country. Thanks. You're welcome, Judy. Nominate your town at plowingforpizza.com so you can carry out 2 medium, 2-topping pizzas for $6.99 each from Domino's.
Tax Act understands you don't exactly look forward to filing taxes. Tax Act doesn't even look forward to taxes. And Tax Act is a tax company. Tax Act, let's get them over with.
Everyone's gonna be there. Try to have fun.
There you go. Let's go. This is gonna be the best day of my life.
Seriously?
This is gonna be the best day.
I can't believe I'm related to you guys.
Well, you are, so.
Life's grander than the first ever Grand Highlander. Toyota, let's go places.
What is Circle? Circle is the fuel you need to take flight. Circle is the energy that gets you to the next level. Circle is what you hope for when life tosses lemons your way. Circle, available at Walmart and drinkcircle.com.
Who are you? Licorice lover? Licorice.com. Pretzel fanatic? Pretzels.com. Chocoholic? Chocolate.com. Caramel connoisseur? Caramels.com. Let your taste buds decide. Gift yourself or the special people in your life.
Tulane has done it! The biggest win all time! 1, 2, 3! Roll away!
Poshmark is the perfect side hustle. There's so much I can sell. Bags, clothes, and even electronics. It's so easy. I can list in 60 seconds or less. I can't imagine a better side hustle.
Bold, juicy, beefy, grilled. There's a lot of ways to describe the flame-grilled flavor of Burger King. But one thing's for certain. It's not the same without the flame.
Welcome back to Tulane, where Florida Atlantic, number 24 in the country, with a 1-point lead at the half. Alongside my guy, John Crispin, I'm John Schriffen, here inside Kevlin Fieldhouse. Well, a lot of times when you get a game like this that's hyped up, it may not live up to it. That first half, that was fire, and the Stars, they delivered.
Yeah, the question is, can you sustain this for a full 40? I think FAU's got a lot more in the tank, and it came down to the Stars, really, when it started this game. John L. Davis, a guy, we understand how good he could be. Can he be that way consistently? Mid-range game there. The 3 balls falling when he gets good looks, and when he gets good looks, he starts to find that rhythm and swagger. That's when he's at his best. Kevin Cross, we talked, leads the team in points, rebounds, and assists. He's tough around the rim if he gets the right matchup. And you cannot allow him to dribble the ball in transition, take it out of his hands, force this Tulane team to get more in the half court.
We take a look at our first half stats between the Stars, John L. Davis and Kevin Cross. So Florida Atlantic opens this second half with a 1-point lead. There's Davis with the rock in his hands. He has been so effective. He's got a season-high 5 assists already in that first half. Draws all the defenders, puts it up, and that soft rim, it just falls in.
And it really started with a good action, attacking the baseline, running the baseline, throwing behind, flattening the guard all the way to the baseline. So the guard has to defend from the top of the key, wing area, down to the baseline, and then defend off the bounce. Not an easy ask.
Are these the softest rims in America?
Yes. Like, it's ridiculous. I mean, we heard aren't Nat sounds, just to, let you in behind the curtain here. Nat sounds are the sounds of the rim, shoe squeaking, whatever crowd. It was so loud in warm-ups. All we heard was, it sounded like some really poor shooting, how clanky it was. But they are soft rims.
Running out in transition, Kobe King, he blows the layup. Wow, what a tough take by Nick Boyd, getting the start tonight. And for Boyd, he's got 8 points.
Well, FAU's going to be aggressive, and if you don't stop the basketball, they're playing downhill.
James, he draws 2. That leaves Forbes open in the corner. Still cannot get on track from deep.
You understand, shooting is so mental, and you just have to know that I'm a shooter, and I'm going to let it fly. I don't care what happens. I know I'm going to shoot and make the next one. Like, you got to develop that confidence, that swagger when you're shooting the basketball. Because in the end, you're going to be done, and you're going to wonder why you ever worried about it.
Holloway sets the screen as Forbes now trying to go into the lane. Three ball on the way. Nick Boyd, second 3 in a row.
One of the best things that both of these teams do is they engage with your defense early. So they don't walk it up the court. They push it up. They engage with your defense, get this defense chasing a little bit early. And as players come back into the play, look how that's just too easy. Goodness.
Colin Holloway, a little pump fake, got the big man out of position.
But watch how quickly they get up. They get engaged, and now you get quick shot opportunities. And if you don't, there's a matchup you like, you beat it. Like, that's basketball right there. No let up, no stop, no reset, which allows the defense to get set. Which turns out to be fake offense for 15 seconds, and then bad offense for the rest of the 15.
And a turnover.
We talk about rhythm. You create rhythm with good movement, both body and ball. The ball moves well, you get wide open. Again, defense was engaged early. They never fouled all 5. But if you attack quickly, it's going to be hard to defend this group. Both teams struggling transition defense.
Martin, he clanks a 3, an offensive rebound. Golden, he'll be fouled on the floor by Holloway. So for Holloway, that's his 3rd.
Martin was so wide open that it's actually a tough shot. Talk about rhythm into a shot. There's really not a lot when you're that open. You see a lot of times guys get that shot. They do one dribble, a rhythm dribble into the shot.
Quick passing. Boyd open from the corner, knocks it down. There's that ball movement from the Owls.
Oh, what's he got, 8 of their last 8 points? I mean, 2 threes, a tough finish at the rim. Boyd has really picked things up offensively to start this second.
Florida Atlantic, 14-0 in terms of second chance points. And he's the best 2 second-half scoring teams in the conference. Forbes, a tough one. He's been making the tough shots and missing the open ones.
Yeah, that's typical of shooters. Why? Because you think about the open ones.
Open is Martin again. Wow. This time he rattles it in. The threes are raining in New Orleans for the Owls.
Well, and again, it starts with, are you stopping the ball, identifying threats?
Oh, that's just sloppy play. Turnover, Boyd. Puts up with the left and missing. And now Tulane has numbers on the breakout. James has King. James keeps it himself. Mit the miss, puts it back in. He is just too strong.
And that was a smart play, though. Kobe King was looking for the lob, but James had the matchup. So just take it in strong. He got his own rebound, finishes it.
Martin. Golden wide open inside. That one rimmed out, and Cross will get the rebound.
It's a tough ask for Kevin Cross down low.
Cross can go coast to coast, and a goaltend called on Golden.
I don't know if that was goaltending. I think he got it on the way up. They're probably going to take a look at it. But when FAU's got it rolling, they are dangerous. Shots start to fall from three. Look out, defense closes out too hard. They're getting downhill. FAU starting to roll.
Let's get you cleaned up before Mom gets home. That'll work.
Dentistix cleans so you can get closer.
Red Bull gives you wings. The new Red Bull Sea Blue Edition with the taste of Juneberry. Wings for every taste.
After 51 years, Popeyes is crashing the wings party with 5 flavors.
Makes no sense it took so long. Crispy outside, juicy inside.
We don't make sense. We make chicken. Y'all good? Have that chicken from Popeyes.
The future. The way you see it is said to depend on where you sit. At X-Chair, we think it also gets down to how you sit, which is why our technology is light years ahead. X-Chair has done it again with our groundbreaking Elemax technology, providing hours of infinite comfort no matter where in the world you're sitting. By synthesizing the universe's elements, bringing hot, cold, and touch into one extraordinary seating experience, our mission is to help you discover that every workday can happen with body and mind in an out-of-this-world place of comfort and productivity. X-Chair is charting a new course, helping workers everywhere find comfort as their work worlds zoom back and forth. Even though your work reality may continue to shift, we've got our eye on the future of work so you can focus on the present. And from where we sit, the future still feels good. Visit xchair.com to save up to $300 in free premium comfort upgrades, including a free Elemax, now through January 31st.
Once retired, Marcus decided, I will never again work for another man or woman. I abandoned my corporate phone plan, and I'll get a new plan with Consumer Cellular for up to half the cost.
Let's go, birds.
When freedom calls, we're here to answer.
The competition's never been better. The stars have never been brighter.
David Torres, 3,000 career points. Come on, Cameron Brink. Deja Kelly.
Oh, that was pretty. Any more magic?
Some brewing tonight. There's no stopping us now.
This is just spectacular.
That's our move. Women's college hoops on ESPN and ABC.
Well, during the break, the officials, Doug Shows, KB Burdett Jr., and Chuck Jones went to the monitor, and they actually overturned the call, Crispin. They said Golden got a piece of it before it hit the backboard.
But I think they made the right call, but also they made the best point, which was ultimately you've got to call it so you could look at it. It was very close. You call it, you go look at it, you get it right. Good job. And I looked over there. You got the monitor, the LED arrow. They even have their branding on the arrow, right? The LED arrow. That's like buying Christmas cards from Shutterfly and getting a giant Shutterfly on the back of it. It's like, dang, I bought your Christmas cards. I didn't.
Well, guess what? You just shouted it out on national TV, so I guess it worked.
Who's in the market for a possession arrow, huh?
Gyms around the country.
I guess.
Cutting is Martin, his floater. And all of a sudden, Florida Atlantic has exploded coming out of the break.
Well, they've got to cut up that. Look, you're going against a matchup zone. You want to test the matchup zone, test the communication of the matchup zone. Are they going to stay with cutters? Well, the great way to do that is to cut. You got to move through it.
Holloway can knock that down, went off the backboard, and on the rebound, Forbes with position. He'll be fouled, and Martin took the worst of it. He is down.
Good ball movement will get the defense chasing. They have to locate the ball. And this good transition, no one's really stopped the ball. Two are with the basketball. You're trying to communicate, but you've got to you got to get set. Stopping the basketball would be the most important thing for this defense in Tulane. Stop the ball early, locate, identify, play defense.
Foul was called against Davis. That's his second. So the lead is up to 10 for Florida Atlantic. Let's see what the answer is here for Tulane. Cross, mid-range jumper, Kansas.
He's got a little old man game in him, too. I mean, then he surprises you in transition. He dunks on everybody. But
I'm about to say, you can't say old man when he's got hops like that. It's Golden. Nobody underneath throws it down.
Old man is the guy that just knows how to play well enough where he doesn't have to try as hard as you do. Or at least it looks that way.
Cross is begging for it. He wants the ISO on Davis. Had it stripped away. There's the steal for Florida Atlantic. Weatherspoon in front, missing the rebound. Rebound to Boyd, but he was out of bounds.
Golden just wide open. I mean, look, Tulane's pointing. They're trying to figure out what to cover, but you can't leave the rim.
I mean, Golden at 7-1. Hard to miss him.
He's standing at the rim. They just got overextended, and you've got to be careful. If you get overextended against FAU, you will get carved up. They have maybe 4 ball handlers, 5 scores with.
But he knocks it down. Jalen Forbes, his first 3 of the night. He's now 1 for 5 from downtown.
He makes most of the threes where he doesn't have to think. If he just instinctually catch and shoot, he makes a high percentage.
Back inside of the post, and Golden just rises up over 2 defenders.
It's too easy for Golden, but really it's the catch that's too easy.
Forbes open again. Nice little pump fake. Back-to-back threes, and here comes the green wave.
Well, there's a little swagger in that shot. The last 2 shots, there was a little swag in there, and that helps you as a shooter.
They have not had an answer for Golden. He's right now on the deck. Here comes the double and the reach-in foul.
Tell you, I'm watching these rotations, and even though Golden's been getting the ball on the block, he should really float in that paint. That paint is wide open on rotations. Forbes has it going from 3. They're going to have to make threes to stay in this game so long as FAU continues to move the way they do.
Golden in a tough spot, tipped out of bounds. It'll stay here with the Owls.
Just going to watch that middle of the paint, though. Middle of the paint has been really open on ball reversals.
You see the last 6 games for Forbes where he started to pick up his scoring. He leads the way for Tulane right now with 15. Inside. And that's just too easy. What do you do if you're Tulane to defend Golden?
I don't know. Ask everybody in the Big Ten who's trying to figure that out against Zach Edey. I mean, Nebraska found it. Northwestern somewhat found it, but they don't have an answer for that, not in this matchup, because they're able to pick out the passes they want. But look out, Forbes. Wow.
Look out. Jalen Forbes is starting to feel it.
He's also starting to seek it out. You can tell when guys start making shots, they seek it out differently. I think I always sought shots that way anyway, but depends where you base your confidence, right? You get your confidence off the outcome, or
wild pass by Boyd, track down. This is Martin, and he's got the answer from deep.
So if you're FAU, you now need to start covering Forbes differently. You need to be tight on the hip, trail hard.
Inside the Cross, he's got the double team. Everybody straight up, and Cross just finishes through the contact. He now has 16, and Tulane has made their last 5 shots from the floor.
Well, this would be a little flow pocket, right? We've had good flow in this under 16 to under 12 timeout mark.
They cleared out Golden, and the pass is turned over. They are just trading threes here at Tulane.
Well, the game has found a little rhythm, and I think it's benefited both teams, but Tulane's got to play a little defense to get back in this game. Great to have Jalen Forbes making threes. You need him to be confident. But even on bad plays, it's worked out for FAU.
Stay tuned to get this free 4-piece square pan set. You can fry in it, steam in it, and its enormous capacity is enough for the whole family. Also get this free 6-piece knife set with stainless steel precision blades and non-stick coating. It includes every knife you'll ever need. Together, they're a $100 value. Stay tuned to get them free. Does your cookware stick and scratch? These particles in your food can be toxic. Now there's a new generation of cookware. Cookware that will bring style and functionality to your kitchen like never before. Introducing Gotham Steel Cream. Cookware meticulously engineered with super strong titanium and ultra slick ceramic. This cookware excels beyond others with 2 times better nonstick release. Now you can cook healthier without butter, fat, or oil. It's like cooking on a cushion of air. No sticking, and it all wipes clean with ease. No more hot spots or burning. Everything is cooked with precision, heated evenly throughout, even in the oven up to 500 degrees. It's every pan you'll ever need in the kitchen with 2 times better nonstick release. All dishwasher safe. Similar sets can cost up to $500, but get the Gotham Steel Cream 10-piece set for just 5 easy payments of $49.99, and we'll even ship them to you free. Order right now and we'll drop 1 payment. That's just 4 easy payments of $49.99. But wait, you'll also get the free extra large square pan set. It's the perfect blend of style and functionality. Plus, the large square shape fits an entire family meal. Also, get this free knife set. Slice, dice, and chop with precision using our premium coated stainless steel blades designed for effortless cutting and long-lasting sharpness. You'll get this huge 20-piece set with free shipping. Response has been overwhelming, so don't miss out. Order now.
To order, call 1-800-519-5716 or go online to GothamCreamSet.com. That's 1-800-519-5716 or go to GothamCreamSet.com.
It's your igniter. We'll help get that fixed. Clean your oven issues. Done. Best part about opening front door is the video to get these two done. Yeah, video phone, check like crazy. Experts on shirts.
Man, an app to fix my oven.
Yep, an app to fix your oven. That's correct.
Introducing Front Door. Download today to video chat an expert.
The Australian Open hits different on the networks of ESPN.
Big games and events continue to highlight our January calendar. We'll have Monday by the Eagles and the Bucks, and UFC 297 from Toronto, Saturday the 20th. A little bit of everything this month on ESPN, ABC, ESPN Deportes, and ESPN Plus. Well, Vlad Golden has gone to work. Tulane has not had an answer. He's got 19 points, 8 of 12 from the floor.
Well, it's been easy ball movement, right? No ball pressure, so you're able to pick out your pass. I mean, the last possession, they tried to throw it inside. They just threw it out of bounds. But there's no answer because there's nobody that can match up with Vlad Golden. They're going to have to help, but they don't have anybody they can help off of. So if he gets a catch in that position, you're pretty much beat. You got to play defense early. You got to negate the pass. That means you got to get on the top side if that ball's swinging around the perimeter. And you got to apply a little ball pressure so they can't pick out whatever pass they want.
How about this seat inside Devon Fieldhouse? I mean, a great old school 3,000-seat arena. And for big matchups like tonight, when you got a ranked team coming in, the fans show up, they support. Tulane has not knocked off a ranked opponent here inside this building since 1997.
It was my sophomore year in high school. I.e. a long time ago.
Yeah, it's been a minute. There's Forbes from the corner off 1 foot. My goodness.
16 in the second half.
I feel like he's out of that slump.
Well, and you've got this second group in. Sato hasn't been as effective as Golden.
Rosado out of control, but he'll be fouled inside, and they call that one on Forbes. So for Forbes, that'll be his 4th personal.
But Jalen Forbes, the shot making has been remarkable. The fouls are going to be the killer, though. When you find it like this, the last thing you want to deal with is foul trouble. I mean, I don't know. If I'm Ron Hunter.
I think Ron Hunter just talked to the officials, and they want him to look at the monitor to double check and see who exactly that was on, because that is a tough 4th foul on Forbes.
Yeah, that's a tough one, too, because part of me wants to roll the dice. Like, the only way you beat FAU right now is if you tough shot make. And Jalen Forbes is their tough shot maker. I'd have a tough time taking him out while he's rolling.
All right, here's a look at the foul. Holloway is there, and Forbes tried to back away.
Depends what foul they called. I've seen this a few times this season, and if they say, well, yeah, Rosado may have bumped him, but the foul I called was on the arm, they could stick with it.
So it looks like the foul will stand on Forbes. That will be his fourth.
I mean, I guess you got to take him out. As a scorer, I may roll the dice. I know it just sounds crazy, but he's in a mindset right now that you want to capitalize on.
So there's nobody going to the scorer's table. And Forbes looks at Ron Hunter, and coach says, "You're good.
Yeah,
I'm leaving you out there."
Good, sort of, but you got it's hard because you're playing in a zone where it has different rotations. It's hard to not foul in a zone. It's like it's hard to rebound in a zone.
A double point from Rosado. As Tulane has made their last 6 field goals from the floor, down by 3.
I mean, if anything, at least give them this possession, this offensive possession. If you get a stoppage, maybe it's a good chance to get him out.
Holloway, he'll go one-on-one and finish with the left. A 7-0 run for the Green Wave. The crowd chanting defense. Plenty of time. Shot clock's at 8. Davis being in and under. That was it.
He's got the 4 fouls.
King penetrating a tough pass and a turnover. Up ahead. Oh, baby! Martin tried to yam it, and he was challenged at the rim. Hopefully he'll be okay. Whoa.
He came down hard, chest, face, first.
Live look. It looked like Cross made a play on the ball.
Oh,
let's take a look again.
He made a play on the ball, and he may have gotten all
Oh, that could have been a clean block.
Look, I think it was a clean block. It is really hard as a human being and official to not officiate outcome. Like, you see that outcome, and it almost has to be a foul. I get why they called it, but I'm going to tell you that's a pretty clean block. Maybe a little body contact. I can see body contact.
It
but
almost
I feel
seemed like the ball threw Martin's body back because he got stuffed so hard.
He did. That happens a lot. But again, you can't help. I understand if they miss this, meaning you're officiating the outcome.
So the common foul is confirmed. They went to the monitor to see if there was anything additional they needed to upgrade.
Now, look, if they're saying a little body on there, okay. But Kevin Cross, he blocked that thing clean up top. If you got body, you got body. Just good. Elijah Martin's okay. That was
scary.
I got quiet for a second.
Foul stance against Kevin Cross. That's his first.
But first off, the average human being isn't elevating like that. But if the average human being fell like that, us mere mortals would not be just popping right up and shooting the foul shots.
So the officials are back at the monitor. We're actually not sure what they're looking at this time. That's Doug Schau, the crew chief.
I think the real story is rolling the dice with Jalen Forbes right now.
Yeah.
He's obviously incredibly important. Even the play where as Holloway got to the basket. Yeah, Holloway got to the basket, the last score for Tulane. You see the defense lifted, so concerned with the three-point shot. The intentions in that one.
Foul. So confirmed a common foul as Elijah Martin will go on to shoot 2.
These guys are incredible. I know I played this game, and it was a while ago, and I played against some of the greatest athletes. But I marvel at just top to bottom to top, the athleticism, the physicality, the strength of these guys at this level.
Florida Atlantic 0 for 3 from the free throw line this half.
Now, Golden's back in. That's going to be a big one to follow. He was that quiet 19 and just dominating down low. You've got to think they're going to look to throw the basketball back inside.
Florida Atlantic switching everything on the ball as we approach 10 minutes to play in the second half. There's Forbes with a hot hand. The reach in by Davis. Stays right on him. Cross. Challenging the big man. Rolls off the rim.
Got numbers. Oh, no, you don't.
Tough shot. That was partially blocked by James. If you're Dusty May, are those the kind of shots you just kind of have to live with?
Not really. I mean, that's part of the decision-making process is, yeah, I mean, he lets guys go and he lets them play with feel, but you've got to feel that moment differently. That wasn't the situation where you needed that shot. I think sometimes you play the numbers game where if you have numbers, those quick shots in transition aren't bad shots. Feel like you have the numbers on the offensive glass, but you didn't have the numbers. And Boyd was actually claiming there was a little takedown there.
Behind the play, there could have been a little something. There's Boyd, too strong. Rebound goes to Holloway. A 4-point lead for Florida Atlantic. They were up by 1 at the half.
They've just struggled to separate. I think that's the thing. Like, even in the big games that they've won, they've been tight.
Cross just too strong. He's up to 18 points to lead the way for Tulane. Martin blocked from behind by Glenn. Out of bounds, 15 on the shot clock.
I mean, that's what great teams have to learn how to do. Like, you have to learn how to separate. You have to learn how to bury a team when you make a run. You can't make a run and then let the other team go on a run. I mean, that's the way this game's played. But the best teams know how to extend that lead to 20 and 20 plus.
Davis gets all the attention. 3 white jerseys down underneath. That leaves Greenlee open, and he drains the 3.
Norman Davis is, I don't know what he's doing. He's falling all over the floor.
Is this the run for Florida Atlantic where they get some separation?
Well, it only is if they can keep Tulane from doing that, right? It's just been back and forth. It's been more your turn, my turn basketball. I think that's probably what's one of the more frustrating things.
Greenlee goes in deep. He's got to get some help with Boyd. Boyd lowers his shoulder. They call an offensive foul.
Now, I'm going to say that there's no way you get that call if they don't change the rule at the rim, right? That the block charge at the rim, now you allow guys to wall up, change it to the point where as you're planning to go up, you got to be set. But you can get that call on the bounce. The officials are looking to reward the defense for those charges off the bounce. So just maintain position, take it in the chest, offense creates contact. Usually get the call now.
Here's Forbes playing with those 4 fouls, challenging the shot blocker. And Tulane down by 1.
It's incredible the ease with which the basketball can get to the rim, but really for both teams.
Rolling up, no call. As Kane pulls it down in traffic.
How many times in years past did you see that called a foul or someone tries to step in and take a charge? It's a good defense.
James pump fake. Way down. There's Golden, poked away. Tulane with the steal.
Think about the amount of times Tulane's been able to steal with Jalen Forbes on the floor. He's even scored. But he's going to impact the game either way because he's made so many shots.
Cross with the mismatch. And now they'll reset up top with Colin Holloway. Holloway going all the way to the rim, and Forbes missed the bunny. Got his own miss in the paint, blocked out by Golden. Here comes Davis on the breakout in the corner. Boyd out of control, and Holloway rips it away.
I thought Boyd had a throw back to Davis. You throw back to Davis, you're getting a closeout. You attack that closeout, you're going to be able to pick out your option. Baseline just wasn't there.
There's Forbes again, getting another offensive rebound, sneaking free.
Wow. It's been there. They've got great looks, just can't capitalize and take the lead.
Boyd wants to slow it down. Says his guys, we're good. Greenlee, that's a 2. Florida Atlantic back up by 3.
I don't mind. I know what King did there, trying to coax the foul. They call a lot of fouls on screens, but he was set. Don't take yourself out of the play. He took himself out of the play and just gave up an open look.
Cross lowers his shoulder, and he'll draw the foul. What a game.
Wow. I mean, between Jalen Forbes, Kevin Cross, 18 and 23 respectively. Zion James with 13. This is a team that likes to score. We talked about it. Number 1 and number 2 in the conference in scoring, and Tulane's leading the way, trying to get this lead back.
What is Circle? Circle is the fuel you need to take flight. Circle is the energy that gets you to the next level. Circle is what you hope for when life tosses lemons your way. Circle, available at Walmart and drinkcircle.com.
When your gut is out of balance, your body gives you signs. So if you're frustrated with occasional bloating, gas, or abdominal discomfort, help stop the frustration and start taking Align every day. Align Probiotic was specifically designed by gastroenterologists to help relieve your occasional digestive upsets, so you can enjoy life. When you feel the signs, it's time to try Align.
Everything about caramels is slow, except how fast they come and go. Caramels.com. 26 delicious flavors, kettle cooked to perfection. Untwist and enjoy. Caramels.com. Treat yourself or someone special.
The future. The way you see it is said to depend on where you sit. At X-Chair, we think it also gets down to how you sit, which is why our technology is light years ahead. X-Chair has done it again with our groundbreaking LMX technology, providing hours of infinite comfort no matter where in the world you're sitting. By synthesizing the universe's elements, bringing hot, cold, and touch into one extraordinary seating experience. Our mission is to help you discover that every workday can happen with body and mind in an out-of-this-world place of comfort and productivity. X-Chair is charting a new course, helping workers everywhere find comfort as their work worlds zoom back and forth. Even though your work reality may continue to shift, we've got our eye on the future of work so you can focus on the present. And from where we sit, the future still feels good. Visit xchair.com to save up to $300 in free premium comfort upgrades, including a free Elemax, now through January 31st.
Tom, Dallin, Zubin in the studio. Guys, we got a tight one in College Park, Maryland.
Yeah, no Doug McDaniel for the Wolverines. It started well. They're up 12. They're now trailing, though. Olivia Comwan with the basket trying to bring them back in College Park.
And then it's been a rough ride lately for the Bruins, Coach.
Well, this guy's not the reason why. He can do a lot of things. He's covering a lot of ground, but he's going to need a lot of help tonight to deal with the lane against the Utah scoring advantage that they have.
At the Huntsman Center, we'll take you there, fellas.
It is early here in American Conference play, but with the way this conference is shaping out, with so many good teams at the top, this feels like a big game tonight.
It does, and I think FAU's gotten so much of the attention early, yet we haven't really paid attention to how they're playing. They don't look exactly like the team they were last year. They don't have the same hunger. Understandably so. The dynamic has shifted so much, and they're going to get the best from every opponent. This matchup is really interesting. The matchup is going to test both teams' ability to sustain runs. We haven't seen either team able to sustain a run to the point where they can take control of the game.
So first free throws this half for Tulane. We got 5 college basketball games. Highlight our ESPN schedule Saturday. Starts with these 3. Number 7, North Carolina. They host Syracuse at noon Eastern. Then 6th-ranked Kentucky takes on Texas A&M, followed by Arkansas squaring off against Florida. So 2 for 2 at the line. The lead is down to 1.
Tulane did a good job with Golden back in the game there until this time out. Just taking him away at the rim. Combination of ball pressure and then physical defense down low.
Greenlee picks up his dribble. He'll find Davis. Shot clock's at 6. Boyd's got to get one up. Oh, he hits it plus the foul. What a shot from Nick Boyd.
And that's a tough one. Daniels comes into the game, hasn't played the entire game, and you're asked to adjust up to a level that, look, the game is played at a level right now that's different than the level it was played at to start, right? There's a feeling out process, right? The first few minutes is like the first date, and as it progresses, the relationship should evolve a little bit. So when you come in the game late, you've got to be paying attention. It is a tough ask to come in and play late against FAU.
Boyd converts the 4-point play. What a huge shot.
It's just a tough ask for Percy Daniels.
Oh, hand down. Can't make a pay.
I was hoping your excitement would be paid off, but it just didn't. You were going to give us something for that
and
call.
You see a hand on the deck. Stepping out of bounds, Davis, turnover. So Dustin May told us something interesting in shoot-around. He said his guys actually have admitted to him that it's hard to get up for certain games this year. In their last game against Charlotte, he said, guys, it was just hard for them to get up for that game. He said tonight has been different because they respect Tulane and what they bring to the table. But how hard is that to turn it on and off versus your opponent?
To me, it's easy. You're not that good. And that's the thing. It's hard to find that balance of you can be great, but you're not that good. Somewhere in there is a hungry team that has the potential to do what FAU did last year, right? Maintain the hunger. Maintain that balance between I got what we wanted to do, but I'm still hungry to do more. I think it's hard, yes, but you almost have to play good cop, bad cop. You want to empower your guys. You want them to have confidence, have swagger. But at the same time, sometimes you need to remind them, you're not that good. No one is. Ask Arizona. They look great at times, and then there's times the defense struggles and they lose games.
American Hoop Showcase highlights top matchups during conference play with enhanced coverage across digital platforms. The first showcase is a men's game on Sunday as UAB takes on this 24th-ranked Florida Atlantic team. That'll be at noon Eastern exclusively on ESPN+. If you're an American Athletic Conference fan, you got to have it. Sign up today at ESPNplus.com/AAC, or you can download the ESPN app.
I also think if you're FAU, you can make the argument and say, guys, it's not just an opportunity for us to go out, play well, maybe try to run it back, as we say. You have a responsibility to go live up to it, right? The attention on FAU basketball is so great right now.
Strong rebound by Boyd, rolling on the floor, Greenlee. As Boyd has it, he'll launch from the top of the key and rattle in a 3. Nick Boyd just hits big shot after big shot, and he's up to 18.
Gotten a lot of those dribble-in threes on a reset, meaning the play sets back up, the defense gets flat. They don't get up on the ball. You got to be at the level of the ball against this FAU team.
Forbes, he's been getting busy. Good block by Rosado. Out of bounds, it's going to be Owls' ball.
Talked about the 50-50 balls. He even said, not even talking 50-50 balls. They were more like 80-20 balls in our favor, and we still didn't get them. And then again, you flatten out. Defense doesn't come up. And it's a 3-ball, 6-point game. But, man, this one's had some swings.
Just over 4 minutes to play. Come on back. You know this is going to be a good ending.
Wait, KFC is new 2 for $5 wraps?
So many new KFC wraps to choose from. Plus, add a free wrap in the KFC app. It's finger-licking good.
3 roommates. 2 packs of Ben's original jasmine rice. 1, 2, 3 social feeds.
3 Drill Life BFFs. We're all original recipes.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With Venture X, earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy and turn everyday purchases into extraordinary trips. And get access to over 1,300 airport lounges where you just check in and chill out. Open up a world of possibilities with Capital One. What's in your wallet?
The future. The way you see it is said to depend on where you sit. At X-Chair, we think it also gets down to how you sit, which is why our technology is light years ahead. X-Chair has done it again with our groundbreaking LMX technology, providing hours of infinite comfort no matter where in the world you're sitting. By synthesizing the universe's elements, bringing hot, cold, and touch into one extraordinary seating experience. Our mission is to help you discover that every workday can happen with body and mind in an out-of-this-world place of comfort and productivity. X-Chair is charting a new course, helping workers everywhere find comfort as their work worlds zoom back and forth. Even though your work reality may continue to shift, we've got our eye on the future of work so you can focus on the present. And from where we sit, the future still feels good. Visit xchair.com to save up to $300 in free premium comfort upgrades, including a free yellow match, now through January 31st.
What is Circle? Circle is the fuel you need to take flight. Circle is the energy that gets you to the next level. Circle is what you hope for when life tosses lemons your way. Circle, available at Walmart and drinkcircle.com.
For the ones who work hard to ensure their crew can always go the extra mile, and the ones who get in early so everyone can go home on time, there's Grainger, offering professional-grade supplies backed by product experts so you can quickly and easily find what you need. Plus, you can count on access to a committed team ready to go the extra mile for you. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
24th ranked Florida Atlantic in a battle with Tulane, and this one's been tight throughout. It was a 1-point lead at the half. Both teams trading haymakers. Jalen Forbes has 20 points in the second half alone, and Nick Boyd, he has been heating up from deep for Florida Atlantic.
Yeah, and Nick Boyd heating up at the right time. Jalen Forbes hasn't been able to do as much over the last few minutes. And the fact that he's been out there constantly since, what, the 12-minute mark?
I think it was like the 15-minute mark.
That's wild. Good for him, but even if he's a decoy, he's going to have more opportunities at the rim for his teammates because of the space he gives you.
Extra pass into the corner. Here's Boyd, open again from the wing. Maybe a little too open.
That's just good action. I mean, that's the type of action coaches love to see. Good spacing, ball swings side to side. They relocate to open spots.
Cross does a great job shielding the defender from the ball. Forbes, 4 of 8 from deep. That one a little too deep.
I don't mind it, though. They're going to have to make those shots to win this game. I don't think there's any question about it. I mean, Forbes in 25 points. It's kept him in this game, and he started a lot of the runs that Tulane was able to go on.
Davis has a career-high 7 assists, showing off the handles in the corner, and he's got 8 assists off the 3 by Weatherspoon.
Davis is such a tough cover with his ability to change speeds and change directions. He lulls you to sleep, and he attacks gaps, forces defenders to converge, and when he does, he makes a good decision.
James is bumped, and a foul called against Boyd. So for Boyd, that's his 4th personal.
That's just good basketball. I mean, FAU is rolling offensively. They're really tough to stop, but they've got to get stops on the other end to close this one out.
One in 3 pet parents has used their pet's name as their password.
System hack. System hack. System hack.
But delicious Caesar canine cuisine is a better way to show it.
sweet redemption. The Lexus TX. Three-row luxury that treats every seat like the best seat.
Bold, juicy, beefy, grilled. There's a lot of ways to describe the flame-grilled flavor of Burger King. But one thing's for certain, it's not the same without the flame.
Hey, that's great. But who are the chefs?
Rookie mistake?
Great googly moogly.
Maybe you just need a Snickers.
Looks like you won something there.
I ditched my tax guy and switched to H&R Block. Their experts can do your taxes online.
I've never won anything in my whole life.
You should make the switch.
Have an H&R Block Tax Pro do your taxes in person or online.
Look what I've just made. The perfect pearl.
Not too bad, but check this out.
Whoa, a true Venus clam.
Red Bull gives you wings.
The new Red Bull Sea Blue Edition with the taste of Juneberry. Wings for every taste.
Whenever heartburn strikes, get fast relief with Tums. It's time to love food back. Also available Tums Plus sleep support.
You call them caramels or caramels? Whatever you call them, caramels.com makes 26 mouth-watering flavors that are the freshest and softest caramels ever produced. Try them for yourself or someone you love. Go today to caramels.com and see for yourself.
Tom Dallin Zubin here in the studio. You guys were raving about this guy earlier tonight.
I think Brandon Carlson's fantastic. I think the whole Utah team is. But Brandon Carlson can shoot it. He can get to the rim. He's got quick actions in the post. He can play.
And over on ESPN, Dallin, we're getting ready to see this guy.
Anton Watson, one of the best defenders in the country, but it's not going to be easy on the road at Santa Clara. That place is going to be juiced up. Tough game for the Bulldogs coming up.
John, back to you.
The fans want to eat. Tulane's got some work to do with under 3 minutes to play here as they find themselves down by 9. You take a look at our leading scorers for both squads. Nick Boyd, he's been heating up from deep, 6 for 11 from beyond the arc. And Jalen Forbes, 20 points in this second half.
Jalen Forbes really got them in this game with some tough shot making, and then it just shifted how the defense defends. Then you have space to attack off the bounce. He's brought a lot to the table tonight, and it's also good to see what he can do when he makes shots, man. It changes the game for this Tulane team.
Holloway takes the bump, and he'll get a trip to the free throw line. Foul called against Martin. That's his 4th.
I'm surprised they didn't call an illegal screen on Sion James there. On the attack, Sion it was kind of that rub screen that they've taken out of the game. We all used to do it. It was just a hip check back in the day.
Oh. Here's our next NBA Friday doubleheader to tip off your weekend. De'Aaron Fox and the Kings, they take on Joel Embiid and the Sixers. That's at 7:30 Eastern. And Nikola Jokic and the Nuggets, they host C.J. McCollum and the Pelicans. Coverage begins with NBA Countdown at 7 Eastern. Is it Denver again taking the chip in the NBA? Who challenges them?
I don't know. It's just so hard to figure out. We have such a playmaker like Jokic. He just changes the game. There's no planning for that. You just have to learn how to play.
It's amazing. He doesn't even want the attention.
No,
Doesn't even want to be a star. He just likes the ball.
It just picks you apart. Like, you can't play him as the matchup problem because he passes so well.
Davis from the corner, shot off the rim. This Forbes with a rebound. Forbes from the wing with a hand in his face, and he knocks it down. He's got 28 points and a quick timeout by Tulane.
And I like the timeout from Tulane. Getting Forbes to get 28, another knockdown early in transition. Little momentum rolling their way with 2:05 left to play, down 5.
Your chain's off. We can fix it now, and you're done.
Done.
We fixed this toilet. We fixed this toilet on video.
Okay.
Open the front door. Worked with Peter and now it's over.
There you go. All fixed.
Introducing Front Door. Download today to video chat an expert.
Tulane had missed their last 9 shots before this big one.
This was just quick in transition. Kevin Cross went off the bounce, good position, good balance, eyes are up, and he finds best shooter tonight on the floor in Jalen Forbes. And we talked a lot about his confidence or lack thereof. He certainly found tonight the key is going to be sustaining it. Never thought I'd see that shirt at the game tonight. Good find, guys. The other thing is FAU, and in a way, I don't know how to make this point properly during the game, maybe studio type of conversation, but it's almost as if FAU welcomes you to play their way. And if you make shots, if you can limit some opportunities for FAU, they're going to allow you to get up and down the floor. They don't play blowout basketball. They give you a chance to be better than them at what they do best, which is play transition, pace basketball, try to do it with better efficiency than your opponent, who typically doesn't play that way. The challenge is Tulane's happy to play that way, and they found pockets of runs where they can keep themselves in the game, just haven't been able to find a lead and sustain it.
So if you're the Owls with a 5-point lead, what is the key to closing out this win?
Well, I think you have to take the first best shot over the next minute or so, and then you really got to get into the paint, try to earn it from the free throw line. Not a bad opportunity, though, now to try to get to the free throw line, right? Can you break down the defense a little bit? Yeah, guys like John L. Davis are just so good off the bounce.
See what's at stake here. Martin, his 3, that rimmed out. A rebound across. Tulane looking for their first win against a ranked team in a long time. Holloway, he's got the mismatch. Backing down the smaller guard off the window. The lead's down to 3.
I didn't really like the shot from FAU. It's a good one earlier in the game because it establishes the pace. But late in the game, it's not one you want.
Ron Hunter is calling for the crowd to get on their feet here at Devlin Fieldhouse. Extra pass. Greenlee into the corner. They find Davis. And Sion James is in there to tie it up with Golden. Possession arrow stays with the Owls.
The LEDarrow.com arrow tells us such. Yeah, it's going to keep plugging you. Look at him getting fired up. Look, he's always fired up. It's the coach that fell off a scooter in the NCAA tournament, right? That was here, was it?
That looked like it was Golden's rebound. And then Sion James just came out of nowhere.
If he gets his hand on the ball, it's going to be a tie-up. That's right, the injury was here.
1:10 to play. 20 seconds on the shot clock for FAU. And a foul before the ball was inbounded. Call that one against Colby King.
It tells you something that FAU's not in the bonus. This game has had good flow. It's been physical, but not overly officiated, which I think helps the flow.
Next foul against either team will be in the bonus, both sitting at 6 fouls apiece. Golden ran over the defender, no call. 3 off the mark. Rebound to King. He's going to push. He's going to go 1-on-4, and King lays it in. Under a minute to play. It's a 1-point game. Ron Hunter said, let's go. What a scene here in New Orleans. Let's send it to Bristol to check in with the guys.
We'll send it back to you soon enough. We got to see the end of this thing. Dallin 4 minutes away from a tip in Salt Lake City.
This UCLA team is struggling. They rely on a lot on this freshman Sebastian Mack, he's got to make shots, but be efficient and got to defend on the other end. Easier said than done.
And then over on ESPN, big transfers made a big impact.
He has. Graham has played extremely well. This is a really, really big game for them because they're walking into Santa Clara knowing Santa Clara is good.
All right, guys, we look forward to that one. We still have just under a minute to play in this one. It'll be Florida Atlantic ball up by 1.
Really interesting that Florida Atlantic really relied on threes here down the stretch. Nothing at the rim. Now, the attack is towards the rim, but it's really just to get the kick out. No one going up to finish with a purpose. No one forcing a foul and trying to win this thing at the free throw line. It's just one of those things where I understand how you want to play to get some space. You drive, you kick out, you're going to get open looks. But here down the stretch, you've got to manufacture some easy baskets if you're FAU because those long rebounds have led to runouts on the other end. One led to a 3 for Jalen Forbes. The other one, just a wide open layup, beating all the defense down for Colby King.
This is a wild scene at Tulane, and if you're Florida Atlantic, this is what you can expect every game on the road. Everyone is going to pack the house because they want to see FAU, the team that went to the Final Four last year.
I think what makes this one really interesting is the matchup. It's the top 2 scoring teams in the conference. Tulane is more than comfortable playing the way FAU wants the game to be played. I always say, if styles make fights, you want to dictate the game, right? You want to dictate how the game's played, the pace of the game, the rhythm, the tempo of the game. You make it the way you want the game played, and you should be able to have the best advantage to win. But Tulane likes this too. So in a way, FAU creating the tempo and pace has allowed Tulane to find it.
Reminder, possession arrow is with Florida Atlantic should there be a tie. Caught in the air, Golden underneath, has it stripped away, and here comes Colby King. 1 on 5, he'll pull it out. Down by 1, what's the play here?
Oh, you've got multiple playmakers. Use a spacer in Jalen Forbes.
Holloway challenges the shot blocker, and it rolls in. Tulane with their first lead here in this second half.
That wasn't the play. That would have been my last option. But
Dusty May electing not to call a timeout. Shot clock turned off. Davis going to work. And a jump ball is called. It'll stay here with FAU.
Now FAU, this is an interesting situation. I think you need a timeout because you haven't gotten anything here. He is going to call timeout. You haven't gotten anything really good offensively. But, wow, how about Holloway? Just physical, getting up on those soft rims, giving it a chance. Created all the contact, initiated, and finished.
If you're wondering how possession arrow is still with Florida Atlantic, on that last tie-up, there was a foul called before the tie-up, so the possession arrow never changed.
Never changed. But I'm telling you that the momentum has really shifted to the way of Tulane. It's a 10-0 run, but it's been long missed threes and long rebounds that have led to a run out for Tulane. They've scored on the last 3.
So this was that tie-up we were talking about.
Wait. That's a foul.
That looks like a lot of
That is
contact.
not a tie-up. That's a foul. I know it's tough in late game situations to blow that whistle, but man, that's a foul.
Shot clock turned off. 15.6 seconds to play here in the second half.
Ron Hunter wants a timeout. We're just building the suspense here, partner.
Florida Atlantic is trying to avoid back-to-back losses in their first season here in the American. If you're Tulane, you're trying to knock off a ranked opponent in this building for the first time since 1997.
Well, then you look at the net for Tulane. This would be another bad loss for FAU, and I don't think that's a conversation that sounds ridiculous to have at this point. This is the Final Four team in FAU, where they got everybody for the most part back. The expectations are reasonably high. I get it. They looked great last year, and it's just so difficult to follow that up. But I already see, look at the ushers getting the lines out. They got some hopes for this finish.
Students are on their feet. They are rocking. It's been jumping from the opening tip. All right, we reset Florida Atlantic. 1 timeout remaining. Tulane, they are out of timeouts.
You need space. If you're FAU, you need space around the rim. You've got to get this defense extended out. You can trust guys like John L. Davis to carve it up.
Both teams have 16 fouls, so the next foul will send either team to the line for a 1-and-1. Inbound is to Davis. Clock is ticking. 12 seconds to play. Boyd directing traffic, using the screen from Golden. Now Boyd penetrating, blocked, rebound. Davis throws it up, punched out, tracked down by Martin. 1 second for the win! No! We have a foul! We have a foul, and the game isn't over yet.
Wow. Wow. I mean, I'm going to have to see it. Look, there's contact. There's no question. But, man, this is a tough one. That'll be Forbes' 5th.
Whoa.
Not a lot
on the follow-through.
Probably affects the shot, yes. Look, if I'm the shooter, I want that call. Yeah, that's a foul. You hit him on the hand. Man, that is so hard. It's a great contest. But he does get him on the hand. It's not egregious. That's 5 on Jalen Forbes, who has had an absolutely terrific night. 28 points. 5 of 10 from 3.
Now, they also have to check the clock
Yep.
to make sure that, yes, they know the foul, but after the free throws, Tulane potentially could have a chance, so they want to make sure the clock is correct.
There's probably a second or more because the clock continued. That is just, that is so tough. I think they called it right. Look, if it's a foul earlier in the game, it's a foul now. But this is probably around the 1 second mark. Yeah, maybe just under a second. Golden, he probably had room to do more than tap it.
Forbes.
I mean, it's just so hard. Hey, look, hey, the students are going to the baseline. God bless them. God bless the students. They've abandoned us, partner. They were all behind us. I've taken a few toes to the back. These guys, they were trying to talk to you while we were on live air, and they are now going to the baseline.
So the students are running to try to cause some havoc behind the backboard. There's 0.4 on the clock.
Oh, man, that's
and
amazing.
3 shots coming up for Martin.
Way to get that shot, guys.
Martin 1 for 2 from the free throw line tonight. Here comes the first. And he makes it. We're all tied at 84.
Wow.
He's got 2 chances now to take the lead.
Yeah, but the next one, if he misses this one, becomes a lot harder.
The students put on their flashlights on their cameras behind the backboard.
And it is more.
It's not over yet. Martin has 1 more free throw coming up, and the students are going berserk.
Florida Atlantic 6-11 right now from the free throw line. Hadn't shot it well, hadn't gotten there that much.
If you're new to the American, welcome to the party. This is what we do every night. For the win, Martin, 0.4 seconds on the clock. Let's see what Tulane has left.
Want to force a catch in the backcourt.
James will inbound. The full court pass to Cross, and that'll do it. Florida Atlantic survives. They win it by 1 on the road.
I don't know. I just have that gooey feeling inside. Like, good for Florida Atlantic finding a way. They played well enough to win, but credit Tulane. Man almighty, what a fun performance. You just feel terribly for a team that loses a game like that. Great environment, a lot of energy going the way of Tulane. Wow, what a game, man. This has been fun.
First win for Florida Atlantic all time against Tulane, and it was a thriller.
Whew.
Yeah, you got to catch your
How
breath.
do you finish that? Oh, I feel for them. Like, these kids give everything to play this game, and to lose a game like that down the stretch. It was called right. Just a tough one. Tough way to lose.
Boyd led the way for Florida Atlantic. He had 21. Jalen Forbes exploded. He had 28 in the loss for Tulane. What a thriller. For my partner, John Crispin, I'm John Striffen. Our final Florida Atlantic win it 85-84. Now let's get you to UCLA taking on Utah with Dave Pasch and Corey Williams.
The UCLA Bruins trying to right their season. It's been a struggle, 3 straight losses in 7 of 8 for a team that's used to being in the Sweet 16, at least under Mick Cronin. And the Bruins in Salt Lake City playing a Utah team that, even though it's lost 2 in a row, is very much in the NCAA tournament conversation. 11-4 record for the Utes. UCLA has won 7 straight in the series. The last time Utah beat the Bruins was back in 2019. And one of the reasons Utah is in the conversation for the NCAA tournament, they have a Pac-12 Player of the Year candidate, Brandon Carlson, has already hit a 3 in this game. Utah had 5 quick points, then went 3 minutes without scoring. UCLA wants to keep it low scoring. It's how the Bruins have done it all year. It's been a struggle offensively for the Bruins, but they still can play excellent defense. Getting both free throws is Lawson Lovering, and it's 7-3 Utes. Sebastian Mack, the leading scorer in the season for UCLA, 14 points per game. Bruins have a very young team, one of the youngest in college basketball. They were one of the more veteran teams the last few years. Last year, you had Jaime Jaquez, who's starring in the NBA with the Heat, and Tiger Campbell. UCLA still trying to find some leadership, and they are down 7-3 early on here in Salt Lake City.
Guys, got hair loss? I know what you're thinking. Should I shave my head? Comb it over? Wear a hat? Just stop. This isn't 1970. Keep your hair and your confidence, because Bosley, America's #1 hair restoration experts, can give you your real hair back permanently. Check them out, because they're giving away an absolutely free information kit and a free gift card to everyone who scans this QR code. Dude, you don't have to look like your dad, because this isn't your dad's hair loss treatment. People all over the country trust Bosley because they're ahead of the curve. They use the latest technology to give you your real hair back. And the best part, Bosley's permanent solution is protected by the Bosley Guarantee. Let them show you for free how awesome your hair could look with an absolutely free information kit and a gift card for $250 off. Scan the QR code. Don't wait. Scan the code now and ask about the Bosley Guarantee.